Mr. Falana, let me take you to the issues relating to the judiciary. And the justice sector reforms also brought out some of the inherent challenges faced by the bench, and how the dispensation of justice is very important. Not only being done, seen to be done, but being done as exactly as she should be. If the judiciary is the last bastion of hope, then we need to operate the judiciary as it should be. Give us an understanding, especially what came out of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, who is the chairman of the Nigerian Judiciary. The realization coming from the CJN, how does that come to you, Mr. Falana?
Well, for the past 25 years, every Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice has convened a justice sector reform conference. At the end of the day, again, unfortunately, things remain the same or they are getting worse. The political will to change the situation is not there. The members of the ruling class in Nigeria are not prepared to operate under the rule of law. And that is why you have impunity in every sector. Yes, we had a similar conference, I think about 2013, 2014 or thereabout. The conference held at that period culminated in the enactment of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, which has been adopted by all the 36 states in Nigeria. But I can tell you, as of today, it is as if that law is not in place. In other words, the provisions of that law that are meant to fast-track criminal trials in Nigeria are observed in their breach by our courts and senior lawyers defending politically exposed persons and other VIPs in our society. In fact, we now have a dual criminal justice systems in the country, one for the poor and one for the rich. While we are eroding the poor to jail houses for all manners of minor offenses, when it comes to the rich, there's almost a riot in the country. People are organizing demonstrations. Debates are going on that this guy who is alleged to have stolen 100 billion or more should have his fundamental rights respected. Right to what? The law is the Constitution provides. Section 35 provides that once there is reasonable suspicion that anybody has breached it, such a person will be arrested and taken to court. But when it comes to the rich, you go and get either an interim order or a perpetual order of injunction that this big man who has lost his immunity cannot be arrested, investigated, or prosecuted. It's against the Constitution, it's against the decisions of the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeal. The point I'm making, therefore, yes, these summits are good, but beyond the summit, where do we go from here? Under the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, a court shall not adjourn a criminal trial for more than 7 days. On rare occasion, 14 days. But what happens? I know of one case where the suspect, being a very big woman, was not arraigned for 2 years. I know cases that commence in 2007, and they are still in the docket of our courts. So the point I'm making, therefore, is that these summits are good, but at the end of the day, the political will to change the system will be missing. It will not be there.
Let me quickly bring two issues that are very cogent that were brought out. One, funding and the independence of the judiciary. And I would like you to tell us how this could be done, perhaps if there are other climes who do it better in terms of how they fund their judiciary, which makes them more independent. The second one, which was also raised, is how judicial officers are being appointed. The manner of appointment was also raised. Funding and appointment. How can we do it better compared to other crimes?
Well, for the first time, the budget of the judiciary was increased this year, substantially at the federal level. What will therefore be required, which the National Assembly has not done, is to have a breakdown. What they call it envelope budgeting. It's against the provision of Section 81 of the Constitution. The detail shall be set out. The detail must be set out. So we want to know what goes to the Supreme Court, to the Court of Appeal, to the National Industrial Court, to the Federal High Court, and so on and so forth. And that must also happen at the level of the states. The situation in the states is very bad. It's very bad. At the federal level, because budgets are debated in the National Assembly, there is no state House of Assembly in Nigeria where the budget presented by a government is debated. So the judiciary is not given its place of pride in the states. And that goes for independence. The Constitution provides for financial autonomy for the judiciary. That has been recognized at the national level. But at the state level, maybe one or two states, others have simply continued to treat the judiciary as an extension of the executive. But for me, my colleagues have their just cut out for them. No judge is appointed in Nigeria without the input of the bar at the state level or federal level. The names of candidates are sent to the Nigerian Bar Association, the branches of the bar, for comments. But what happens? Wonderful reports are written. Beautiful reports are written. We have 2 members, the Nigerian Bar Association, has 2 members in the Federal Judicial Service Commission. We have 5 members in the National Judicial Council. On what occasion in the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years has any of the representatives of the bar kicked against appointment that we go out to condemn? So we must get the bar to wake up to its responsibility. And it's not just about appointment. I was talking of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, Section 34 of that law, and Section 70 of the Police Establishment Act provide that the chief magistrate in every magisterial district shall, at least once a month, visit all the police stations, release those who should not be there, order those who should be taken to court, or grant bail there. But what has happened? We have 128 branches of the NBA in Nigeria. It's the most territorially spread NGO. And I have pleaded with our colleagues, you have human rights committees, in all the branches. Can the members accompany chief magistrates to visit police stations and take out those who should not be there? If those provisions of the law The two laws have been implemented by today. There will be no illegal arrest and detention in Nigeria. Furthermore, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court is required by that law or by the provision of the law to designate judges to visit other detention facilities, EFCC detention facility, ICPC detention facility, SSS, armed forces, and the rest of them. Shem, I had to sue the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court since 2015. No High Court judge has been designated to visit any detention facility in Nigeria. So, but we lawyers complain, oh, people are being detained illegally, oh, Gestapo tactics and so on and so forth. But what have we doing? I went to court seeking to compel the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court to carry out his duty under the law. The man defending him is a very senior member of the bar, a leader of the NBA. And what is the defense? Mr. Falana, what is your local standard to insist that the Chief Judge should carry out his duty? So that's why I'm not really impressed, you know, when you talk of all these summits.
Yeah.